It's Monday, which means we've got another packed news week ahead of us, and I'm going to break down everything that you should be watching out for. No big news today, but Tuesday is PMI day, where France, Germany, the UK, and the US all release their flash manufacturing and flash service PMI numbers. Also on Tuesday, the New Zealand interest rate report will be released. On Wednesday, the Bank of England's Governor Andrew Bailey has something to say, but what will likely be the biggest event of the week is the FOMC meeting minutes report, which is released at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday. This will be an exciting report and an exciting live stream. You can watch us cover the event live as it's happening right here on the A1 Trading YouTube channel starting at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. On Thursday, the US is releasing their quarterly preliminary GDP report along with unemployment claims. Finally, on Friday, we finish up the week with US PCE Core Price Index. All right, everybody, welcome back into the EdgeFinder. Let's start off like we normally do by checking out the market heat map, get an idea of how all of these assets are trending in the market so far today. So up here towards the top, these are our biggest movers to the upside so far today. And this one over here on the top left, this is our biggest mover out of all of them. It's CHF JPY up 0.64%, followed by NZD JPY, Euro JPY, USD JPY, CAD JPY, and Aussie JPY. And you know what? I'm even going to throw in GBP JPY there as well. So it seems like all of these currencies are selling off, or the Japanese yen rather is selling off hard against all of these other currencies. Looks like a lot of yen bearishness compared to all of these other currencies. But let's check out our biggest sellers so far today. Down here towards the bottom, this box right here is our biggest mover to the downside so far today, and it's USD ZAR down 0.93%, followed by GBP CHF, gold, GBP NZD, GBP USD, Bitcoin, and GBP AUD. Those are our biggest movers to the downside. And yes, we do have Bitcoin in the EdgeFinder now. If you were unaware of that, that was one of our more recent features. We are working to add more crypto to the EdgeFinder, starting with Bitcoin, of course. So yeah, Bitcoin now a feature in the EdgeFinder, and we are very excited about that. Here is the watch list where we can see all of our buy and sell signals currently. Want to stay up to date with all the latest trading information? In the description below, you'll find the link to join our free Discord. The Discord gives you instant access to lots of helpful material like free trading courses, chart analysis, updates about what's happening in the A1 community, as well as discount codes for our other products and services. The best part, all of this and more is 100% free. So go down in the description below this video and check it out for yourself. If you're interested in upgrading to the full VIP Discord featuring our team of expert trader signals, you can use the live chat link in the description to get connected with one of our team members in seconds. So don't wait, go check out the free Discord today. Let's remove any commodities, crypto, and indices. We'll just focus on currency pairs only. And there we go. Shortens up our list a decent bit. But yeah, these are our buy and sell biases right now. Currently, we have 3 strong buys and 3 strong sells at the moment. USD ZAR, CHF JPY, and USD JPY on the buy side, and Euro USD, GBP USD, and Aussie USD on the sell side. So we do have a lot of US dollar news coming out this week, and it's the beginning of the week, and I usually like to get caught up on the US dollar numbers at the start of the week anyway. So why don't we pick out a dollar cross? We have 4 strong dollar crosses, 5 strong dollar crosses actually, to take a look at. But I think that I want to go with, just for fun, USD JPY today. So let's go ahead and open up the USD JPY breakdown page. Here we go. So like I've mentioned, a strong buy bias, score of +6 here. COT data is a score of +2, and retail sentiment a score of +1. We can take a look at those numbers right over here. And currently COT data, this is institutional trader data or smart money trader data, however you may refer to it. They are favored on the long side for the US dollar, 64.95%, nearly 65% there on the long side. And for the Japanese yen, favored on the short side even more heavily, 76% They're 76.17% short on the Japanese yen. Retail sentiment, on the other hand, this is showing us what day traders are favored on the long side or short side. We can see that day traders are favored 76% to the short side when it comes to USD JPY. Our seasonality is a score of +1, and taking a look at the month of May, historically speaking, over the last 10 years, if you were to isolate just the month of May to see how USD JPY has trended again over the last 10 years, well, you would notice that it trends somewhat bullishly throughout the month of May, and that has been the case so far this month as well. And we can actually see right here that on the day, at least, it's up 0.48% on the day. So pretty good day for USD JPY bulls. Trend reading is a score of +2. We can see a nice little pop to the upside right here. From May 15th is where we can see back to with this trend projection box right here. May 15th for a couple days up to May 19th to continue to move higher and higher. It has come down just a little bit since then, but based on all of these other metrics, fundamental data, COT data, seasonality data, trend reading or trend projection rather, does predict that this pair will continue to move upwards. We can finish up here with our fundamentals, which are looking pretty split. We have GDP growth and interest rates with scores of +1, but inflation and unemployment with scores of -1. Those numbers right over here, GDP growth in the US currently 1.1% compared to 0.4% in Japan. Inflation in the US 4.9% compared to 3.5% in Japan. Unemployment 3.4% compared to 2.8%. And lastly, interest rates on the US dollar 5.25% compared to negative 0.1% on the Japanese yen. So, yep, like we said, a strong buy bias for USD JPY currently with that score of +6. Fundamentals are looking pretty split, but it has been trending upwards as of late. Historically speaking, it does trend upwards in the month of May. COT data shows us that institutional traders are favored long on the dollar, short on the yen at the moment. And of course, the crowd is going short on USD JPY at the moment as well. So quick breakdown of USD JPY for you. Remember, if you want the EdgeFinder for yourself, you can find links to it down in the description below, and you can get it at a discounted price when you use code A1YT at checkout. So promo code A1YT at checkout gets you a discount on the EdgeFinder.
In terms of the dollar, what we can see is the dollar is still trading up off of the lows here around 103, getting tagged and holding so far. Multiple bottom here on the dollar. It seems like bulls are not yet laid to rest with this support zone holding. For those of you guys who are watching the dollar here, here's a 4-hour chart view, and you see this is just a clean example of just a really strong upward trend. When you get these big breakouts followed by strong areas of support holding, I mean, this looks to me like it just wants to keep going. Now, of course, we have big news this week, which could either act to add confluence to this upward move if the Fed has sort of hawkish intentions, if we see or hear any squashing of this rate cut idea that's been the market has been looking at going forward. So in my opinion, the dollar right now is too strong to sell. I've said this last week, and I continue to be in this camp. I can't really short the dollar here, and I'm not necessarily a buyer either, because I think that the inflation story, if it shows any signs of cooling inflation continuing, that this could roll over. Now, also last week we had mentions from Jerome Powell in his press conference on Friday. He mentioned and gave heed to or nodded to the idea of banking stresses, right? Credit crunch concerns. So I think that the market is looking at the dollar here and pushing back on this due to the fact that, Jerome Powell didn't sort of come out super ultra hawkish and say, more rate hikes to come. He kind of alluded to the idea that rate hikes could potentially, the market took it as they could be paused here in concern around the banking situation. So yeah. So the dollar, let's keep talking about the dollar here for a second. Where am I at with it? Well, again, I'm not looking to buy it, and I'm looking to short it if we get a breakout, if we get failure this week, again, we'll watch closely what the news brings us. We have PCE numbers on Friday. We have Fed news on Wednesday. So both of which could cause some volatility for US dollar pairs. Let's take a look at gold here. How's the gold market faring? Well, right now gold continues to look pretty dang bearish. I'm not necessarily shorting, or I'm not shorting gold. However, I am not overly bullish either. I'm looking for a breakout. If we can get breakouts here on the gold market going into this week, I'll be interested in possibly looking at it closer. I'll show you guys a new position I just put on. It's the oil market. I went long oil recently. And I did it in two different ways. I went long US oil, and then I also bought XLE. So let's see, where are we at with this XLE? So this is a trade that I have on XLE, an energy ETF that I am currently involved in. So I've got that trade on. Let's see, where are we at with that? $244. And I also have silver on. So two different than usual trades that I'm in right now. I'm long silver and I'm long oil, both of which were shared with inside of our Discord channel. I'll show you guys what that looks like and part of the reasoning for this. So if I go to Nick's positions here, these are my current position trades. I've got a long on oil, a long on Bitcoin, Euro Swiss long, and silver. Part of the reason for oil here is take a look at this oil chart here. You've got this is a 4-hour chart. You've got this downward structure in the market that has been, really persistent for quite some time, except for the most recent breakout and kind of retest of this area. I liked this. I took a buy, and we'll see if we can capture some upside swing on this oil chart. Part of the reason too, guys, is of course, if we take a look at the smart money tracker, let's take a look at this. The oil market here is still very net long by institutional traders. And if you're not sure what I'm looking at here, if you're newer to the streams, this is the EdgeFinder. I run a company called A1 Trading, which puts on these live streams and also builds software tools for traders. If you guys are interested in getting access to this data, which allows you to look at what institutional money is buying and selling via the commitment of traders report that we pull in, we focus heavily on non-commercials, which are like hedge funds and large speculators. Speaking of COT data, gold still stays heavily long. We've got euro at a very high long ratio. You've got the S&P and the yen very short. So kind of interesting to see where that's at. Why do I want dollar to drop? Well, I rode dollar yen mostly on a yen short basis. You can see the yen, one of the more heavily shorted assets. I'm no longer in that trade, so I don't care too much, Trayvon, what happens to the dollar in the short run. I don't have any, specific dollar trades. Of course, dollar strength probably puts a damper on my silver and oil trades, respectively. But I don't actually have any trades directly on the US dollar at this time. Retail traders now getting very heavily long. They were pretty heavily short for a while, but now with this thing falling out of an upward trend, it seems like retail traders are kind of picking it up on the long side. I wouldn't say necessarily it's in a downtrend, but on the 4-hour chart, it is questionably, testing those lows. I don't necessarily hate this one on the long side either, to be completely honest, but probably not a pair I'm too interested. Regardless, retail traders very much long on this one. Euro USD, same story. Euro, for those of you trading the euro, retail traders are very much on the long side. And if I'm honest, this chart looks really short heavy in my personal opinion. As you get a potential retest here, I think that you might have, is that a 50% retracement or is it closer to 61.8? Let's see. Yeah, 61.8 probably. What we have here is, if we look left, we have resistance in this area around 1.085. I'd be cautious if price pops up into that area. I think sellers may want to get a hold of it. That's my opinion. When looking at the euro going into this week, perhaps some short-term upside for the euro, but I'd be cautious once we reach this level of resistance, as this does look like a pretty strong area for sellers. So I like euro dollar on the short side there. Again, not my favorite trade per se, but probably worth noting. And I think that it is on the watch list as a possible sell. Yeah. So euro dollar, I mean, as much as I don't necessarily want to be long dollar, there are some specific pairs that I don't hate the idea of looking at a little closer, like euro dollar, pound dollar, Aussie dollar. there may be some quick trades that I might be interested in.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free EdgeFinder, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.